Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku.co chart of the day. To the Euro US dollar, and here we see very solid buying coming into this market once again today. This second last candle on the chart is the one that has finalised trading. Large white body candle, and the buyers closing with very strong control, showing very strong commitment. We did see a test under the Candlestick indicator again, and the buyers have bounced off that region, testing the market through the high from a couple of days ago, about that 115.85 level, and closing in a strong bullish manner above there. You can see for some time we have been trading in a strong bullish manner above the Tenkan-sen indicator, so quite a strong trend here. And if we look at the angle of the Tenkan-sen here, it is pointing up fairly sharply, reflecting very strong upside momentum. In terms of Ichimoku, a bull market in all three timeframes, trading above the cloud, the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen. And this market is starting to look a little overextended in the depth of the close above the Ichimoku cloud and the Kijun-sen. So perhaps we are ripe for a retracement. Now, if we do see any selling coming into this market, looking for continued support around the Tenkan-sen indicator, trading at 115.13. If we do close down through there and in a bearish manner, but a close down through there would be significant. It would highlight a change of sentiment in that short-term time frame, and that's very strong bullish sentiment that we've seen in recent times. If we do see that potential for the market to test down to the Kijun-sen indicator at 113.87, where we're likely to find very, very solid support. Now, we do have other areas of support prior to that, and we have the cluster of these three levels that we were watching for a breakout from, and we did complete that a couple of days ago with strong follow through. Now it does suggest that there is quite a lot of strength in this market, and that's pretty obvious looking at the charts. But the 115.33 down to 114.95 and 114.59 very solid areas of support, have tested as resistance and held as support for today's trading. So that's going to be an important benchmark down to 114.59 moving forward. To the upside, if the trend does continue moving higher, and there's every likelihood that it will, with the buyers in control and showing very strong upside momentum, we'll be looking for some resistance around 116.80, and if we trade through there in a bullish manner, there's a possibility of the market trading up to 117.54. Now, just using our Fibonacci extension tool here, and here we see the market interacting with the 161.8% level today. It does suggest that there is potential for a change of trend here, but this is something of an extreme candle. We don't tend to see strong follow-through after extreme candles. Could see the market relax and come off, but we will need to see some significant trading to the downside to see a confirmed change of trend. The loss of commitment here hasn't been strong. Yeah, we have a very small shadow on the top, and the buyers have really closed very close to the high, suggesting that the control and the commitment from the buyers is very very solid. Now, if we do trade in a bullish manner above the 161.8% level, which is at 116.57, we'll be watching the 261.8% level to come into play at 118.34. And just applying the pitchfork technique here with the Euro US dollar on the daily charts. And if you recall, yesterday we were looking at a potential target up to this 300% parallel line. This is a one of the warning lines, and we have seen the market interacting with it. We did trade through that 200% parallel warning line, and whilst the market was trading above the Tenkan-sen, we knew that we had very strong bias in the short-term time frame. Today, in this candle, we've seen the market retrace back towards that 200% level, and it's acted as support. Now, if we do see early bullish activity above that 300% line, we could trade to the next, which is at that 400% line. The target here at the moment for the next candle is about the 118.30 level roughly, and it does move slightly higher over the next few days. If the market does come off, and if we do trade down through that Tenkan-sen, watching that warning line, parallel line at about 114.80, and if we close down through there, we could trade down through to the next, which is that 150% level, which coincides with the Kijun-sen, so providing very solid support if we do see the market come off. And just looking at the minor pitchfork, and here with this pitchfork we're examining the first time frame swings in the market only, not looking at the larger time frame, which is what the previous one was. And here today we saw the market trading through that previous 150% warning line. It held as resistance previously. The market retraced back to the 100%, that upper parallel, and we have seen the market bounce off there, testing back into the pitchfork lines and trading off through there to find resistance at the 200% line. So that's going to be an important area. If we start trading through there in a strong bullish manner, our next target over the next few days will be the 300% warning line, which is at 117.69 at the moment. If we do see the market come off, firstly watching that first warning line as a potential area of support, at the moment trading at 115.90, and then down to the first pitchfork parallel, which at the moment is very close to the Tenkan-sen indicator, around the 115.33 level. Just looking slightly bigger picture here at our swings in trend, and here we have a very well defined series of higher peaks and higher troughs. Here previously uptrend, downtrend in place here as we were moving pretty much sideways, but a defined downtrend with a series of lower peaks, lower troughs, and then the initiation of this uptrend. So fairly strong market, and this uptrend is certainly confirmed here by what we're seeing in terms of Ichimoku. And just looking at our bands here with the Euro US dollar on the daily charts, and strong bullish activity above the up band suggests we have a very strong bullish tone. The bands are pointing up fairly sharply. That reflects very strong upside momentum. But if you look at the bands here, they're not overly wide, and it does suggest that the market is moving fairly efficiently in this trend. So even though we have quite dynamic trending activity, it's quite efficient, and not suggesting that we're looking at an overblown situation here, so suggesting we could see further upside. Now, just looking at the upper band, it has been holding a support today. It held a support, and that is an important benchmark for us. The upper band is at 115.30 for today, and if we do close below that upper band, we could see the market attempt to mean revert back to the middle of the bands at 114.30. So just monitoring that area if we do see any retracement.